Hello, everyone.
Hi, happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
Yes, happy TDIF, everybody.
Oh my gosh, it's been a week. I feel like
Yep.
we've had 2 weeks crammed into one week this week. It's been so busy, but I'm so happy it's Friday. So happy we get to have some fun, crafty time together.
Yep.
We get to let all the world's stresses kind of go
It's
away.
time to relax and just
Yes.
do something fun. So,
Our
yep.
little, yeah, exactly. We need to have a little Zen moment here. So I love it. I love it. I love that crafting can do that for you.
Yep.
It's so nice. Even if we weren't getting together like this right now, like if you just think about in the hustle and bustle of every day, if you can just take a moment to yourself and do something creative, and
Yep.
whether it's doodling in a notepad or doing something crafty like we're going to be doing today, it's such a wonderful little escape that actually helps benefit, gives you lots
Yep.
of really good benefits and all the good stuff. So happy to be here to do this with you. Yeah, how are things in your neck of the woods, Hillary? What's the weather like? It's sunny but chilly here today,
So
so
we had our sunny day yesterday. It's
yeah.
just a little overcast today. So
Okay.
I think the weather is going to be up and down most of the
It
weekend.
Yeah, it
So,
feels like spring still,
yep.
doesn't it? But we're all about summer. We're ready for
Yep.
summer. So we're going to be doing, so I don't know if you noticed, we're in our little red, white, and blue themed here. We're going to be doing a really fun Americana hoop wreath today. I've
Yep.
never put a wreath together like this
Well,
before.
and
This
I've
is
never
so
really
cool.
this is the first time I'm using a
Yeah.
wreath form kind of like this. So
Yeah.
these are really cool. And I can think of all kinds of different ways that you could
Yeah.
utilize these. So yeah, I like this. It's
Yeah,
fun.
you could use these by themselves and attach, greenery or
Yep.
flowers or anything like that to them. We're going to be doing something super fun, really creative, and taking all three. So this is, you can just, you need three of a varying size. So whatever
Yep.
you can find. The largest is 18 inches. The middle size is 12 inches. And this little bitty is 6 inches. And so we're going to take all three of these and we're going to attach some fabrics to the back of them. And so what you're going to need to do is grab kind of three coordinating red, white, and
And
blue fabrics.
before we jump forward, just because
Yeah.
these can be a little tricky to
Yeah.
find, like this
Hmm.
type of form. We got these ones at Michael's, so that's a great place
Yes.
to look and see. You can also find them on Amazon. And we have some links to these, all the different pieces and parts, or
Yeah.
varying similar parts and pieces
Yes.
linked in the description, so you can find those if you can't find something locally to you.
Yeah.
Amazon's got an alternative there for you.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up for sure. Yeah, and you could even, so I think on our Amazon links, I couldn't find the largest size.
I did find that one, so
Oh,
I
did you?
replaced it. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
wonderful. Aren't you clever? Oh, good, good, good. Okay, super. But you could use like a beaded wreath ring
Yep.
too, like anything like that would work. Even the metal hoop rings could possibly work as well. It's just, I think these work nicely because they have a flat surface to them to be able to
Exactly.
glue to. So that just works in your favor for this
The other
particular.
thing that would work, kind of same idea here, would be embroidery hoops.
Oh,
So
right,
varying sizes of
right.
embroidery hoops, you could kind of figure out, you could do something similar to this one with that
Right,
as well.
right. Exactly, exactly. Yes. And then grab your kind of three red, white, and blue coordinating fabrics is kind of what we're thinking of. These, I love these. These are so cute. So we have, of course, we want to include our pups. So we have this really fun, so fun. I love this one with the little paw prints and the stars. Super cute. And then I'm going to be using, honestly, I had my white and my blue one, but I didn't have a middle color. And I was going to do something gingham. And when I ran into Hobby Lobby this week, they have these kitchen towels in their 4th of
Mm.
July section. I love the texture, of the kitchen towel. It gives a nice rustic feel to
Yep.
the weave on it, and of course the plaid is really cute. And they've got everything on sale right now. It's like 40% off. So if you happen to be in Hobby Lobby, you can just grab this. We just needed one to fit that middle size, so enough fabric
Yep.
to fit that middle size. And you've got a really fun idea too.
Yeah, and you might check to similar ones possibly at Dollar Tree. So again,
Oh,
like a
right.
table mat or something like that, that
Yes.
might work for that middle piece.
Right.
I was going to use, again, thinking, oh, I'll find a plaid in my stash or whatever.
Hmm.
Well, I've run through them pretty well. So I didn't have a piece that was quite big enough. So I'm just using a red bandana that
I
I've
love that.
cut the center out. So I don't
Perfect.
have like all the paisleys. I just have the
Yeah,
little paisleys that are there
that's
in the
cute.
middle. So,
That's cute. Yeah, and
and
you
then
can
we
get
have,
some bandanas at Dollar Tree too.
oh, yep, yep.
Yeah,
And then we have
I
this
know. This
really
one's
cute
so
white
cute.
one that also has little paw prints and hearts on it. So
I love it.
they're just kind of subtle there on
Yeah,
the white on white. So
I love those. Yeah, super fun. So we're including our pups in our theme here. It's something we try to do because pups are part of our hearts, are in our heart and part of our family. So
yep.
basically, what you're going to do is lay out your fabric, and I suggest turning it. If there's a right and wrong side to the fabric, I would turn it upside down, and then take your hoop. Let's pretend this fabric is square, and then just take a pen and draw around your hoop on the outside. And then you can cut that out. And the reason why I say turn it upside down, one, it might be easier to see the line that you're drawing, but also two, you're not marking on the pretty side of the
Yep.
fabric. So and then when you're cutting, kind of cut inside the line, because when you're tracing on the outside, you're tracing just a little bit larger than this hoop. So we
Yep.
want to make it a little bit smaller, but again, you can always trim that down. So no worries there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to now flip this over and we're going to glue this. I'm sorry, I've got it upside down. We want to glue it still upside down to one side so that it looks like it's going to be a frame. So the right side of the fabric will be coming from the underside, the underside of this.
So you'll
again,
see the hoop. You'll
yes,
see the hoop on that finished side. So we want to leave that hoop
right.
showing.
So we want the fabric upside down. And you can use hot glue. I'm going to probably start with my Fabri-Tac. I did use hot glue before. It glues really quickly, or dries. The hot glue dries really quickly. It cools off really quickly on this wood. So I'm going to give it a try with the Fabri-Tac and see if it's a little easier. Plus, I like with the Fabri-Tac that you can kind of move
Make
it
adjustments.
if you need to. And I would suggest gluing it if you don't have clips or anything like that, which I don't have. I would suggest gluing it in like the 12, 6, 9, and 3 areas, like of a clock. So the top, bottom, left, and right. So if you're gluing it to the right, glue it to the left next, and then glue it to the top and bottom so that you have it evenly distributed on all 4 sides. And again, the nice thing about this Fabri-Tac glue is it'll allow you some wiggle room to pull and shift it if you need to. And it doesn't have to be pulled super tightly or tautly.
You just want to get the wrinkles out. You don't want it to be saggy or
exactly
wrinkly, but you don't have to have it like a drum or anything.
Yeah, exactly. And it may overlap the edge. That's totally fine. We can trim those edges later. Once it's all on there, you can trim any excess that's showing over the edge. This is such an easy project. I mean, I think all of our projects are really easy, but this is one in particular that is so nice. You could do this one while you're watching TV, right? It's not one you need to like totally pay attention to what you're doing every minute. It's really actually a very relaxing craft, which is a good one to do today. Since it's been a crazy week, cray this week.
And it's fun, like you get a ton of the like fabric and the personality of the different fabrics without having to do, like sometimes when you're making wreaths, like rag wreaths or things like that, you have to, make so many strips or tie so many knots. Like,
oh my gosh,
get that impact from the fabrics. With this one, you get a ton of impact from the fabric without all that effort, which is fun.
Yeah. There's not a lot of prep work, which is nice before you start to see it come together, which I love. All right. Yeah, and if your fabric has any folded marks or wrinkles in it, it shouldn't matter. You might want to get some of the deeper ones out if they're really embedded in the fabric, but really this process of stretching it along the hoop should get rid of all the wrinkles that you have. So you don't have to even iron anything before you get started. So that's nice too. All right. I love that the 4th of July, Memorial Day weekend, like I love that we're getting into the summer holidays.
Yep.
The summer season is upon us.
And this one is like we said, it's super easy. This one you could definitely do last minute. So if you wanted a little decoration for your Memorial Day,
yeah,
this would be an easy one to put together quickly.
Super cute.
Or if you're needing a last minute gift, something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. This would be a great hostess gift. Honestly, this would be. It's so unique. You know, I think this would really stand out.
Yeah. And we're obviously doing red, white, and blue for the holidays, the upcoming holidays. But you could do this with any variations. Like you could do yellows and blacks and do kind of bumblebee theme. You could do reds and blacks and do kind of a ladybug theme. Like,
oh, I love that. Oh, I love that idea. That would be so cute.
Yeah, any sort of theme that you want to go with, you can, just find those fabrics that kind of coordinate together, and you can, totally change the look. Like it's such an easy way to make a wreath, but you can do a different style.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. All right, I think I've got my bottom glued down, but I've got a little excess fabric here.
I've got some trimming to do.
Trim off here in a minute.
There's that one.
Oh, cute.
And the other thing, I got a little piece
that's what happened to me. I flipped it over.
I didn't even glue.
I flipped it over and I noticed the section that I missed. Yeah, I did the same thing.
With the centerpiece or the table, the one that you're using the little tablecloth for, you could also do that if this is kind of truly a Memorial Day kind of wreath. You could use somebody, a favorite shirt, something like that, and make it a remembrance. Get to
love that.
A piece of your loved ones, favorite clothing, something like that, and incorporate it.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
So how did the Fabri-Tac work for you? Because I've obviously used the hot glue gun, and that quickly enough so that.
Yeah, I'm actually really pleased. The hot glue kind of cooled really quickly. I wasn't using a lot of it the first time I put this together, but and it tacked down, but it a lot of it cooled before I could, stretch the fabric in place and stuff. Oh my gosh, I just love this fabric. It's so pretty. It's prettier in person, I think, than what you see. It's just got this really neat woven texture to the background. It looks like woven fabric, like a thick weave in the navy section. And then you've got these really bright red and royal blue paw prints with the white stars. Such a cute fabric. I love this. So fun. It's fun to be able to find something like this and incorporate our pups into the design, as we often do. But this one's a really pretty one, and we have a lot of it, so this is a good one to use. That's a good craft to use this for. So I'm going to set mine aside here, and then we've got 2 more hoops. And as Hillary mentioned, my middle one I used with a kitchen towel which I think is awesome. So Hobby Lobby has so many fun. In fact, I almost grabbed one. They have some doggy themed 4th of July and kitty themed 4th of July. That would, if I really wanted to go whole hog with the dog theme, that would have been really cute as well. So yeah, but I love this red, white, and blue plaid. It's really fun.
And do think about like when you're kind of layering, because you're using, you know, the 3 different fabrics, when you're kind of layering these down, the sort of busyness of each fabric, the sort of size of the patterns, you want to vary those up too. So like that helps to, like, as you're putting it together, think about those things as well.
Yeah, exactly. And coordinating colors, because you get a lot of blues or a lot of reds. Some of them might be burgundies or a brighter red. And if you can kind of keep those same tones and hues of color similar, you can mix and match patterns and it'll look like it all goes together.
The other thing that might be cute, like denims, things like that. So if you're using denims on that background piece, the large piece, and then
that would be awesome.
You know, bandanas, stuff to layer in over the top.
That's a great idea. Denim goes with everything.
Yep. And it's such a classic Americana type of, if you're going with the red, white, and blue, you cannot go wrong with denim.
Yeah. Well, I could even see it with like the ladybug or a sunflower theme or something, you know, like it's just, it's the perfect backdrop to really anything. That'd be a great one to do. So again, we're gluing on the far left and right and top and bottom just to help center your fabric and get it evenly distributed across the hoop.
And this one is my bandana, and it has some pretty serious wrinkles in it. So we'll see how well I can actually, it might have some texture even after I've stretched it across here. Which that'll be fine. You know, like these are, it doesn't have to be, you know, you don't have to overthink it. It's just it's just a craft.
Yep. Right. And so one of the things that I'm going to be focused on for mine is getting my stripes straight. So they're not too wonky. They're going to be somewhat wonky, but I want to make sure they're not too wonky. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on how straight I can get them.
And some of your fabrics will have more give to them too, so that you'll play around with, you know, how far to stretch them and how much to stretch and that sort of thing.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, this fabric I'm working on right now definitely stretches in one way easier than the other, you know. With the, you know, it's not the grain of the fabric, but with the weave, I guess, of the fabric, it stretches easier in one direction. All right. How are your wrinkles coming along? Are you starting to see them disappear?
Yeah, I think we're going to be okay.
Good.
There might be a little wrinkle in one little section.
Also, just, you know, tip your finger in water and then rub that wrinkle, and it'll actually make it magically disappear. So even if you've glued it in place and you're not happy with the wrinkles that are still left behind, just touch your finger in a glass of water and then rub it along that wrinkle or that fold line, and it'll actually magically disappear. So you don't even have to iron it. I've done that trick many, many times when I didn't want to pull out the iron, but I want the wrinkles to go away. And this one would be fun since I'm using a kitchen towel. Like if you had coordinating tablecloth and napkins and all that stuff,
Uh-huh.
you could have really matchy decor. You could have your wreath match your tableware, which would be fun. I'm not all that matchy at my place, but might be something Martha Stewart would love.
I could also see doing this like if you were doing it for a party or something like that. We're gonna add a little embellishment to our smallest little hoop, but I could see like an engagement party or something like
Oh,
that where
yeah.
you put the initials or like,
Oh,
and
I'd
then
love
you're
that.
using the colors, a theme, the
The theme.
colors of the party
Yes.
to kind of coordinate everything together.
Yeah.
You could kind of monogram it or whatever for
Oh, that's a great idea.
the little middle hoop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or even a birthday party,
Yes.
have the initial.
Yes, exactly. Or if you're as dog crazy as we are, you could use your doggie's initials.
Yep.
All right. Cute. I think we're coming along. I think my stripes are pretty straight. There's a few little ribs and wrinkles, but that's okay. Getting there. And then I just need to trim a little excess. Oh, this is the kind of project I needed today. Just
Yep.
something to take my mind off of all the craziness that's going on this week. So.
You get big wins this one, like each step is a pretty like,
Yep.
Okay, we got 3 steps and then we're done.
Yep. This is it. Yeah. Easy peasy. Don't have to think.
Yep.
Oh, I love this. Super cute. One of the other things that I did when I cut out this particular fabric is I intentionally didn't cut it so that so that everything was even along. Like I've got 4 stripes, but they're not exactly centered, the 4 red stripes or the 4, the blue stripes. I wanted it to be a little off center. So that could be something else that you think about as you're getting your textures and fabrics together. How uniform do you want things to look? Or I could turn this to the side and have it be more of an argyle kind of pattern instead of the check,
I love that. Yep.
Yeah. So just think about as you're putting your fabrics together, your hoops together, what different things what different designs you can make with the same fabric. And they're starting, you can see how nicely they coordinate together. These look so cute. I love these. And this Fabri-Tac glue that I'm using is drying nice and quickly too, so I can move on to the next step, which I like.
Yeah, that's nice. That's what I was worried about. If you're trying to pull one side, would it be tacky enough? And clearly it is. So.
Yeah, it really is. It's nice. I mean, I have to hold it down for a second, but not any real length of time, which is nice. Cool. Now we got the baby one to do. And again, that's this fabric that Hillary showed. It's got these, it's hard to see, but it's got these little paw prints and hearts on it. It's so cute.
So here's my little inner bandana.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's cute. Oh, and you don't see any wrinkles. I think you got them all out. Good job.
If you're here in real life, you can see them just a little, but I don't think you would notice them at all, like once it's on the wall.
Same with mine. I've got a few little folds and stuff still in it, but when it's all said and done, it'll be perfect. All right, we're gonna do the same thing. So you lay your fabric out, you turn it right side down, put your hoop down, trace around it, cut out that fabric, and then we're gonna keep it facing down as we glue it on top of the hoop. So if you've missed the first step, That's what we're doing. And we're just doing it for 3 different sized hoops that we got at Michael's.
And I'm actually, on this one, I'm going to add a couple little ribbons on mine. So I'm going to glue those with the Fabri-Tac first and then flip it over and glue it to the hoop. So.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea to add that now if you want it going under the hoop.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cute. Yeah, this is the one we get to embellish. So Hillary's getting started on her embellishments already.
And it almost makes it so I've got these little ribbons that are just red ribbons.
They look like little stitches.
Yes, they have little white stitches in them.
Yeah.
And then when it's on this white, it almost makes it like if I put them rounded, it would look like little baseballs. So if we got some baseball families out there, that you could definitely do that on.
I love that idea.
On these ones and make it a little baseball wreath.
Americana, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
And I don't know, we've mentioned that we're using the Beacon Fabri-Tac, but if we haven't sung the praises of it enough yet, the stuff is amazing. It's perfect for like just being able to adjust. It's got enough tack to it. You can adjust things where you need them to be, and it's like it sticks. It's permanent. And it doesn't dry up in the bottle. Like
I know.
There's a reason why this one has become our favorite, and we pretty much use it exclusively.
Yeah, really. We've tried other ones, some other really big name brands, and this one I really love. I love that it tacks immediately, but you can still adjust it. So if you tack it, you can move on. But if you tack it down and you slightly need to adjust it, or even tack it, move on, and then come back and see, oh, I need to adjust that initial spot, you can do that. It doesn't dry so fast that you can't fix anything. So it makes you a better crafter. It makes you look like you're a perfect crafter every time, which I love. And of course, we're hardest on ourselves, right? Nobody else would know that small little imperfection, but you know, if you want to make a small little adjustment and you can't do it because the glue is glued yourself, glued your things down already, and you can't make any more changes, then it starts to not be fun. But this really keeps crafting fun. And all those little imperfections anyway, make it handmade, make it yours.
Yep.
There's enough things that we can get that are mass manufactured, that all look the same. There's something about a handcrafted item, even with all its flaws, that adds so much more beauty to our spaces and into our lives. So, and if you're given this as a gift, it's a gift of love, right? So,
yeah.
Cute. Yeah, we're not affiliated with Beacon, but we love these guys. This is awesome.
And we use the Fabri-Tac, but they have a ton of different other like glue types as well.
Yeah,
we've loved this one so much we haven't even strayed away from it. But
no, because you can use it on wood and glass and leather and all the things. So it's so versatile. The other thing I like about it too is when you're gluing fabrics together, after 24 hours, you could actually throw that in the wash and it's a permanent adhesive. So.
And I was very dubious about that because, when you really think about like, it's just gluing it together. Is it really going to hold up? I can absolutely 100% attest to the fact that I have had things that have gone through the wash many times and it is still holding up.
I concur. Love this stuff. All right. And I have a different embellishment than Hillary, so we can talk about that later.
And I'm gonna mine will take a minute here just because I had a little extra to add on there. So
yeah. So let me chat about some options for embellishments before. So we're going to end up putting our hoops together. We'll do that after Hillary's finished getting her fabric across the smallest hoop. But then in this middle hoop, we're going to think about some really fun things that you can add as a little saying or a little memento for the holiday, to celebrate the holiday. Again, I was at Hobby Lobby and I found some really cute things. This one is adorable. This little USA ornament. Like you could glue that in here, take the little jute rope off of it, and then just glue the little USA in place. I didn't use this one because it's kind of got a muted color scheme. I looked at their website. They do have a brighter version of this USA. If they had the brighter version, I probably would use it because I just love the kind of quirky letters, you know, the kind of handwritten quirky letter shapes, that font that they're using. But this one's a little too rustic. You could paint over it with a brighter white or brighter reds or blues or whatever if you wanted to, but that's a really cute one that they had. I also found this one. So this has got a large bead and a jute rope to it as well, but I would take that off and you could just have this little wood block that goes across that says America, which is really kind of fun. I love the font again. It's really kind of, really kind of cute. They had several of them but the words were up and down, and I needed something that was kind of horizontal instead of vertical. This was a cute one to use. And then I also found this bag, which I decided to go with, this bag of wooden, what are they calling this? I think it's just wooden decor, holiday decor, but it's got all of these little words. So there's 4th of July, there's America, fireworks, and freedom, some little wooden words that table scatter kind of things or whatever. And so I thought it would be cute to use the America one. So that's what I'm going to end up using. But yeah, super cute. I'm going to get a quick drink of water. I've got a little.
Please do. You could also do like a flag or something like that. Like sometimes you'll have the little parade flags and things. You could take it off its stem and put a little flag here in the center hoop as well, and that would be cute. You could do like a poppy flower in the center. So there's lots of different things that you could play around with for the embellishment here. So
I love that. Excuse me, I love that idea. Oh my gosh. Got a little gremlin in my throat.
It's that time of year for me.
Yeah,
so I can commiserate.
It is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach our hoops together. We're going to glue them together, but we want them to meet, all three of them to meet in one spot. So you want all of the hoops to touch in the same place. You could center these if you wanted to, you know, let's see if I can do this upside down. You could center them if you wanted to, but I think it's a really cute idea to kind of pull them together because we're going to add another little embellishment here in the corner as well. So kind of look at your fabrics, think about, you know, what does up and down look like?
Yep. This is the place where you're going to just sort of rotate things until you get them sitting where you want them.
Yep, exactly.
And you're also going to have that word at the end. Well, depending on what you use as your embellishment, but you're probably going to be having a word at the end. So do you want it? You're going to need to adjust it so that shows up straight.
Yes. Yeah. Or unless you want it cockeyed, but kind of think about placement of things is really the idea at this point. All right. And now we're going to just glue these down on top of one another. Once you have them kind of lined up where you like them. And this time I think I'm going to use hot glue.
Just standing up so I can get a better
no
view.
All right. Okay, let's get going. I'm not at my normal craft area, so visiting mom this week.
So when you're gluing these, are you
I'm
gluing
gluing
them?
I'm
Go ahead.
gluing the rim. I'm not
Okay.
gluing the inside, because if you glue the inside, your fabric could get stiff and lumpy. So just glue the hoop.
And you don't need like, are you gluing all the way around?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. I think because I think it's a one and done kind of thing.
Yep.
It might not be, honestly, because the fabric behind is malleable, moves. You might be able to tuck under it and get some glue underneath. And some of my glue, as I stood up to turn off the phone, dried really quickly. So actually, I'm going to use the beacon.
Yep.
Add that in there. Beacon to the rescue. When the hot glue dries too fast. So nice. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. So pretty. Okay. Now I'm going to try the hot glue again. I think this little 6-inch one will be easier to glue down because there's not quite as big. All right. And again, as you're gluing them, you just want the hoops to meet all in the same place. Sweet. And that time it worked. All right. I don't feel anything pulling up. Oh, I love this, how this is turning out. This is so cute. Super cute. I love it. All right. Then you can add your word embellishment.
So I've just got some little wooden letters that I markered up for USA here. So I just used a little marker to make them blue.
Yeah.
And that's what'll go in the center
I think
of mine.
that's great. And then I'm using from the Hobby Lobby bag of choices.
And these ones, I'm going to use the beacon just again, so you have a little bit of that wiggle room, that working time to get them exactly where you want them.
Yep.
And this whole wreath is really light, which is nice. So, like, even when you're using the hot glue or the beacon, you don't need a ton of it.
No. Sweet. I love it when it all starts to come together. Oh, I'm a crafting nerd. I'm sorry. I love it when the little things make me happy. This is so pretty. So pretty. Love it. All right. It's fun to decorate for this holiday because the decor really can last all summer long,
Yep.
as you're creating things in red, white, and blue. Oh, that is so cute. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. How cool is that? Yeah, here's what I've got so far. Oh, these are
That,
so fun.
yep.
These are so fun. All right, so there's a space here where they're all touching. And that's the perfect space right in here to add. You can add a little greenery, you could add some flowers, or you could add a ribbon and some bows.
Yep.
I am cheating again at Hobby Lobby. They have the cutest little hair ribbon. This is a hair bow. It's got a little
Oh, cute.
a little thing on it. It's already made. I don't have to make a bow, and it's got the little red, white, and blue stars and all that on it. Super cute. So I'm just going to glue my bow right in this one little spot. Oh, isn't that adorable?
So this one I just threw together with a couple different ribbons.
Oh, it's
so I've got
cute.
these. And this, because
I love
the
it.
center here is so kind of straight lines and things like
Yes.
that. That's why I decided to go with the
stripe.
stripes.
Yes.
But you could also do, you know,
Oh,
ribbon
that would be
has
cute.
flags
Yeah.
in it, and I've got again those sort of stitches. I'm
Yes.
using the thinner version of it, and then the thicker version for my bow here.
I love that because you're repeating that pattern.
Yeah.
It's super cute. Yeah. All right. I'm not even taking the little clip off the back. This is a hair clip. I'm not even taking that off. I'm just going to glue that in place. So yeah, there are no rules. So if you can find things that make life a little easier for you while you're crafting, by all means, have at it. Oh, how cute is this? I love that. So fun. And I love that it's already made. I don't have to worry about
it. That makes it super easy.
Especially when you're traveling and crafting, it's nice that things are a little easier for you, a little already, kind of already done. That makes it nice. And
it's such a cute, like the pattern, those little stars are adorable.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I like that it's not, it's actually busy, but it's not busy. Like it's a mostly white bow, but up close, it's got this really fun silver, red and blue star pattern on it. That's super cute. So yeah, again, if you come across these kinds of things, crafting supplies can be found in every department.
Yeah.
So isn't this adorable? I love this. How fun is this? So then the next thing to do would be to get some jute twine, glue it to the top, make a little hanger. We don't have to do that now, but that's kind of how you're going to hang it. You just add a little jute twine to the top, make a little hanger, and hang it up and display it for everybody to see. They're going to ooh and ah over your creation, guaranteed.
And the sort of tricky thing for the hanger is just make sure you're actually putting it in the area that you want, so that then your embellishments are still straight.
So
that's the only thing to kind of pay attention to. So even if you only add like one little loop, if that makes it easier, like go ahead and do that to
I love yours. Look at that. How cool is that? Hanging. So I know we say this a lot, but I love that you and I do the same craft and they turn out differently. Mostly because what I'm hoping that we do is give everybody the inspiration to make it yours. Like these are just ideas. You don't have to follow exactly. You don't have to get a plaid fabric for the middle. You don't have to do, like these are just ideas to spark your imagination so that you get out there and you make something that's truly your own, that everybody will love, ooh and ah over. And no matter what you do, look how pretty these are. They turn out so beautiful. I love that. And I also love the little paw print fabric that we just happened to choose for ours, because it kind of represents our little pups in our life that are always a part of our celebrations. But you pick what works for you.
Yeah. And if you were doing this sort of baseball theme, if you wanted to make this look a little bit more baseball-y, you could also have like a sort of baseball different themed background in this big piece over here too. So the sky's the limit as far as what you choose to make these come together. And I love how different but how unique each one can be. Like this is a type of wreath that you could make over and over again because they feel so different depending on what you choose.
Yes, exactly. And I love this technique. I've never done the 3 hoops
Yep.
before, and it gives a whole different look and feel. It reminds me of quilting too, because you're using these multiple layers of fabrics and things. So yeah, super fun. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope we've inspired you to get out there this weekend and have a little fun. Also have a really nice visit with family and friends this weekend as you're remembering the ones we love, you know, that we've lost for this holiday weekend. I hope it's filled with lots of happy memories.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.